Alright, I am back from an audition that went exceptionally well. Let's hope the game continues to go as well as that audition did. Now something else I did that was not the cleverest maneuver before we came back to this game. I noticed it when I watched the video. I just spent that skill point getting more inventory slots, which was a good idea. And I noticed when I was watching the video that there was some meat laying in a meat locker right behind us before we entered that lava to escape. I probably should have grabbed that meat. I mean, there's no reason not to carry it down here. If I find a cooking fire, I'm going to be really upset that I didn't do that. But too late. Hey, here's another weapon merchant, and I want to point something interesting out about this weapon merchant. You'll see under him that same red swirling symbol that we saw on the Corpse Rider, and I think his name was Gend way back when. It means the same thing for this character. It means he's a hero or a champion or a legend. And for friendly characters, that translates into something different. It means they're still a unique character, but they're not obviously they're not aggressive. They're not going to hurt you, but they provide you extra benefits. So if you look at him, his name is Steve Swordhand, a weapon merchant champion, and he'll sell me any of his weapons at half price. So he's basically just a congenial guy who's willing to work for less. He's not unionized, and that's awesome. Let's go with this wisp. Let's see what he has. Come here, Steve Swordhand. And here's an example as well of what we were talking about earlier when we said sometimes they don't have 6 items, they've only got 1. Some more flavor text. And what does this guy got? A chain whip of piercing. It requires 60 strength. This is the most powerful weapon we've seen yet. It still is a light weapon. If I'm going to buy it, it's probably getting towards the heaviest weapon I'll ever be able to find and use, so it might be worth picking up at some point, but we'll see. It has a negative 21 penalty to hit, minus 21 to hit, but it does 7 to 14 damage, which isn't too bad. You can see them with blunt weapons. You'll notice that the minimum damage is always raised. That's the advantage of blunt weapons versus axes, say, where the maximum damage is always raised. In both blunt weapons and axes, they lower your to hit chances, though. The special ability of this particular weapon, this chain whip of piercing, is that it has 7% chance that it doubles the weapon damage every time it hits. So it's capable of doing 14 to 28, 7% of the time. Very nice. Only 35 gold pieces too, which is technically more gold than I can carry, but we'll see. We may come back for that. What else are we looking at here? Here's some gold right there. This is a square we haven't seen before, a garbage heap. You can hear the flies buzzing around it there, especially if I get closer. I know the volume's kind of turned down. What it is if you get one shot, just like a lot of other things we've seen, just like the chest. You can go up and open it. In this case, you can go up and sift through the garbage to see if there's anything in it. If you do, there's a 50% chance you don't find anything, but a 50% chance that there's something worthwhile in it. However, doing so also gives you a 10% chance that you catch a random disease, and a further 10% chance that you dislodge a giant rat, which is a monster I don't think we've faced before. It's a very weak monster. We could probably take it no problem now. It's not something I'm not threatened by that, but I am a little threatened by the fact that it can cause a random disease. So I'm not going to do it just yet, but I may return to it. Especially if I can find... Oh shit! Speaking of disease, especially if I can find a potion that'll cure diseases. Now we have the basic alchemy. If we find a restoration potion, we'll know it is a restoration potion when we find it. It won't be an unknown potion. The monster that we're looking at right here is called a were-rat. Another one of those examples, like with the wisp. The wisp was diabolic / insectoid. This is a person / animal, so it gets the benefits and the penalties of both. And because animals hate me, and persons I think are now annoyed with me, it's going to basically have an extra 25% chance to hit me. And if you look at the combat odds, you can see I only have a 14% chance to hit it. It has an 89% chance to hit me. So it would be a very fearsome fight, to be sure. It would probably end up killing me, but even if it didn't, the were-rat is particularly vicious because it has a 15% chance every time it hits me that it causes lycanthropy, which we'll talk about in a second, and a 15% chance that it causes tsunami fever every time it hits as well. Tsunami fever we talked about, that halves your dexterity. Lycanthropy, on the other hand, is basically what the were-rat is suffering from. It's a disease that makes you into a half man, half animal thing, that transforms. In game terms, what it means is every single time I go to a new map, my primary attributes would fluctuate. Now, it can actually be beneficial, as you can imagine. Turning into you see movies, you see somebody turn into a werewolf, they actually get stronger, for instance. So The way it translates in the game, as I said, every time I go to a new map, my strength, my dexterity, my intelligence, and possibly my health, I don't remember if that's the case, has a chance, a random chance that it gets improved or deproved. Is that a word? Or lowered. So it'll randomly shoot the strength up or down, the dexterity up or down, the intelligence up or down, maybe the health up or down, I don't remember. And if any one of these, including the health, but if strength or any of them reaches 0 in that manner, I turn into a werebeast and I lose. Now, whether or not it ever reaches 0, even if it's all progressing upwards and actually making me a stronger and stronger character, every time I enter a new map, there's also just a flat, I think it's 10% chance when you have lycanthropy that you turn into a werebeast and lose the game. So you don't want to be leaving a map with lycanthropy if you can avoid it, because there's a straight up chance you may just get killed. There's nowhere else to go but through this guy, so I could lure him out here. Maybe I will do that. I'll lure him out here. Come on, chase me down. I'll go right over here. I'll just dodge around him. There we go. I left him behind. I may have to face him later. I don't know. He's one of those giant flies. Let's get rid of it before it starts breeding. Alright, problem solved. Sometimes you want to leave those alive. Like, if you know they're not that powerful for you, you might want to leave them alive and kill off some other things and let them actually go and make more giant flies, because you know you can just kill them for experience. Here's one of those blue swirling things again. So whatever this monster is, we know it's a spellcaster. In this case, it is a Lucrata Archmage. Let's deal with the fact that it's a Lucrata first, because we haven't seen one of those before. You can look and see his stats. Again, it's a pretty decently hefty monster. Based on its experience value, I should be about level 13 before I face it, contrasted with the Were-Rat, which I should be same thing. I can hit it a little easier than the other guy. I need a 29% chance to hit it. It has a 44% chance of hitting me. It can't enter doors, so that's one way I could ditch it if I had to. You'll notice it's fast, so one way or the other I'm going to be dealing with this thing in a second, and it may be the death of me, to be perfectly honest. I'm not, terrified of it as a monster goes. It would be a tough fight, but I'd probably end up killing it before it would kill me, given I have all those health potions to fall back on. What worries me is if you look and see it, it's an Archmage. It has a chance to cast mid-power spells, so it can actually cast anything in here or anything in here. And because it's an Archmage, it doesn't say it casts like offensive spells or defensive spells like that shaman we fought before. It's just spells across the board. So it can heal itself. Yes, it can cast shield spells, defensive spells, but it can also cast offensive spells. Things like Fireball, things like Lightning Bolt. So it's going to be chewing me up pretty damned fast. On top of that, not because it's an Archmage, but because it's a Lucrata, every time it hits me, there's a 30% chance it causes weakness for 30 turns. Weakness would have my strength. Now, on the surface, that's not a terrible thing, because we're not too concerned with the bonus strength damage. We're not getting a lot out of that anyway. But when my strength drops, I can't use my Falx anymore. I can't use my wooden buckler anymore. I can't, I could still use the feathered hat. I couldn't use the hide armor. I could probably switch over to the boomerang, because that has a dexterity requirement, so I could still have a weapon attached, but it would be quite dangerous to be fighting that thing. I may switch to the boomerang right now. The only reason I'm doing that is because when I fight either of these guys, I'm not concerned with winning. I'm not going to win, I don't think. I want to make sure that they're not hitting me. And that boomerang, of course, gives me a 33% chance every turn that they don't get to attack me, so it'll hold them off a little longer. One other thing to note, if you look at its resistances, it has a 25% resistance to magic. That's what that little hand means. It's magic. So any spell I cast at it, it has a 25% chance the spell doesn't even hurt it. If I throw flaming darts at it, there's only a 75% chance that the darts actually cause it damage. Actually, I'm going to switch back to the Falx, because if I do fight that thing, I want to kill it as fast as possible, and the Falx will let me hit faster. It's getting in bad condition, though. Am I sure about this? No, I am going to go with the boomerang. And the reason for that is because I am going to cast flaming darts at it, despite its magic resistance, and hope I can kill it fast. Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. I'm going to have to deal with it. Screw it. Let me see what happens. Alright, I'm going to start hitting with the flaming darts right now. You saw the distance strike go by. It didn't get a chance to attack me that turn. It may be okay. There, it causes weakness. You can see the symbol over here. My strength is operating at half value. If we go look at my strength, you'll see it's written in red now. And if we go to my inventory, you'll see the Falcon is no longer equipped. Only those two things I said, oh, it never was. Only those two things I said I could still use are still equipped, though. If I try to equip this, it won't work. Oh, that's the best I can do, though. Let's get another flaming dart hitting it. Oh, I'm out of spell points. Shit. I didn't quite kill it either. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Alright, I'm gonna get away from it until my, I can't get away from it. Come on, let's just get lucky. I am lucky, actually. It hasn't cast a spell yet. I'm very lucky it hasn't cast a spell yet. I got crazy lucky there. And in killing it, as I told you, you always find something spellcasty when you kill a spellcaster, and here we go, we have a death spell book. And a Tome of Knowledge entitled How Not to Sink Volume 2. And I got 5 spell points for, apparently for killing it with the boomerang, or for hitting it with the boomerang, that's what that was. Yeah, 50% chance I gain 5 spell points every time I hit it. So that's worthwhile. Let's take a look at our new books. First of all, the spell book, Death. As per any spell, if I left click it, I'll learn the spell. And in this case, what it is, it's a high power spell, so I won't be able to cast it right now. And it costs 90 spell points to cast. It has a 75% chance of instantly killing any monster I'm fighting, so it's a damn good spell. Unfortunately, I can't cast it yet, but I know, again, something I need to work towards pretty fast. Oh, the other thing. How Not to Sink, Volume 2. Now, we haven't seen one of these before. This is a tome. Tomes provide access to skills. And you can read right here. It says, you may left-click the tome to learn the swimming skill to the advanced level, provided you already know it to the basic level and your max health is at least 60. Doing so will destroy the tome. Now, unfortunately, we don't know swimming skill to the basic level yet. We haven't spent any skill points there. But if our skill points, if our swimming skill was at basic level, all we have to do is click on this book and instantly we'd know it to the advanced level. Provided our max health is at least 60, which it is. So I might even, now it's a debate. I might spend some points towards swimming on my next level up, because I know I can really get 2 levels out of it as soon as I do that. I hear something horrible out there. I don't know what that noise is, to be honest. Oh well. Here's a mid-power scroll. Okay, it's not that bad. I know what this is. A dire wolf. An animal-type monster. Again, fast. It's going to be on me immediately. But it has no other abilities besides the fact that it's just an animal. It's just fast, rather. That's its only real ability, and it's mildly powerful. As soon as I can get my strength back up, and I can equip my armor again, I may be okay. I'm going to try and dodge past this were-rat right here, because the were-rat will block the direwolf from catching up to me for a second, and maybe it'll give me a second to get some strength back here. This here is a wall of corpses. I can enter it if I want to. Doing so will eliminate the wall of corpses. That's all it takes. All I do is step on it and the wall of corpses will go away. You can see it blocks line of sight though. The problem is when I do that, there's a 20% chance I'll catch a disease because I'm handling corpses. I don't want to do that right now because I don't have to. We don't have any gold. And my strength is back to normal, so I can quickly throw back on my armor. And my wooden buckler. I think I'm going to stick with that boomerang for a minute, though. Do I want to do that? Maybe not. I had a pretty low chance to hit that monster. And it is going to be on me any second. A Descend spellbook, another spell. This one's a low-power spell. A low-power spell, it only costs 10 spell points, so it's a really cheap spell. And what it does, it just acts as if you just descended stairs. It knocks me down to the next dungeon level. The main use for a spell like that is, there it is, is, that it, if you're ever in a real spot of danger, like you're standing in lava again, I can just descend to the next level and get away from it. So it provides a really quick getaway in the event of an emergency. Even if this battle starts going really poorly and I think I'm screwed, I could, cast Descend and get out of here if I had enough spell points, which I don't. Good, it's dead. And I went up a level. I'm going to stick with health for now because we're trying to get, if you remember, we're trying to get to 90 health so we can start using that magic item. And normally I'd probably start putting points into the magic item use, but given I found that book, I'm not going to pass up the opportunity. I learned swimming to the basic level you saw there. I click this. Swimming skill increased, and now if we look, of course, it is at the advanced level. So now when we're in water or lava or acid, instead of having only a 25% chance that we don't drift, we now have a 75% chance that we don't drift. And on top of that, we have in water a 75% chance that we don't drown as well. So that's a pretty good skill to have, to be honest. Another one of those garbage heaps we could explore later. What else over here? There's it. Okay. That's why left-clicking can be dangerous. So I ended up fighting the were-rat, whether I wanted to or not, and it hit me, and it caused tsunami fever. As you can see, I can point right here and find out everything I need to know about it, but I can see everything I need to know about it right there. My dexterity is halved until I can get rid of the spell, rid of this disease. Now, even if I had a restoration potion on me, I might not use it right now because this were-rat is still around, and it may just end up biting me again and causing a problem. Nice, another large health potion. That's good. That being said, I'm going to be absolutely inept in combat until I can get rid of this. And a straight-up health potion. Not as good as the large health potion, but pretty damn good. 33 to 45 health when I drink it. So those are awesome to have. We talked about a bramble trap earlier. Here we see it in action. As you see, all around me sprung up this bramble. Now, what is bramble? Bramble does not block line of sight, as you can see, but it does block passage, kind of like those bars we saw earlier. The difference is you can hack your way through bramble. It comes in different varieties, sparse, thick, and I think just bramble. And the thickness of it determines how easy you can hack through it. So the sparse bramble, as you can see, if I try to actually enter that square, the odds I have of damaging the bramble is 30%. Whereas if I go down here in the thick bramble, I only have a 10% chance. That's based on your strength. The stronger you are, the easier you can break bramble. Every time I try to enter it, though, it might get a little more and more weak. You can see, like, this bramble here is a lot more hacked apart than this bramble. Every time I try to enter it, it'll try to damage the bramble, and if it succeeds, it'll start visibly degrading. When it's completely gone, I can then walk through the square. En route to that point, though, if I have a weapon equipped, every single time I try to enter the bramble, it lowers the weapon's condition by 1%. So it really starts chewing up the weapon you're using to try to hack through the bramble. And if you don't equip a bramble or a weapon, if you just try to do it with your bare hands, then every time you try to pass through it, it causes 1 damage to you. So the question is, which of my weapons do I want to damage the most? I think normally I would not be thinking in terms of that falx. The only reason I'm thinking in terms of that falx, I'm not thinking in terms of that falx. I'm going to use the hatchet. Let's use this hatchet and try and get through this damn bramble. There you can see it all getting slowly degraded. Remember, my hatchet was at 90% condition when we started. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Now it's at 72%. So I wore that hatchet down quite a bit trying to get out of there. Bramble sometimes appears without being in trap form. There, the were-rat cannot follow me across this, and it won't follow me across that either, so I'm safe from it for the time being. A hero. I think it was a war dog I hear out there somewhere. Again, I have an old habit of leaving gold behind. I might meet brigands now, so it's probably a wise move to leave the gold behind until we know where we're bringing it. Interesting. We were talking about theme rooms before. We've clearly found another theme room. This one appears to be religious in nature, some sort of shrine temple area. These are altars. You know what those do. We've seen them before. They're a very useful way to get your health back up, although that comes with the danger of instantly losing your game. We saw this before too, I think, a Lastavian shrine. If I use it, 90% chance my combat experience doubles for 30 turns, 10% chance my current experience drops to 0. Now, given how low my current experience is, it might be worthwhile to do that, but the truth is, given there's no monsters near me, the were-rat can't follow me up here. By the time I got back down to face the were-rat, having done that, it would probably wear off, so I'm not going to do that right now, unless a monster shows up near me, and I don't think any will. It sounds like there's a war dog somewhere, and it probably can't get through this door. A Xaskazien shrine. These are some of my favorite shrines. If you read here, it says this square provides the option of invoking Xaskazien, god of the balance. He's a dwarven god, by the way. If you do, there's a 90% chance you'll gain 3 strength, 3 dexterity, 3 intelligence, and 3 max health. But there's a 10% chance all of those attributes will drop down to the lowest level of attribute you have. Right now, that would be my dexterity, I think. Maybe it would be my strength. Maybe it doesn't count the fact that I have tsunami fever. But in any event, if I did that and it failed, my health would be down at my strength level, my intelligence would be down to 30, and maybe my dexterity would be down to 30. It would be a big freaking crying shame. all to try and gain basically 12 attribute points. Normally I always go for those, but there's such a vast discrepancy between my lowest attribute and my highest that it might be unwise. If you're keeping kind of a balanced approach and all your attributes are kind of in the same region, then there's no reason to not do the Xaskazien Shrine. Up here we have a Feyration Shrine. This square provides you the option of invoking Feyrat, the kobold god of rage. If you do, there's a 90% chance your dexterity increases by 50 for 60 turns, but a 10% chance your dexterity is permanently lowered by 10 instead. And as with all shrines, you can only use these once. And if you're not sensing a theme yet, shrines, altars, they all work the exact same way. There's a 90% chance of something good, 10% chance of something bad. And if you have that expert piety going, it's 95% chance and 5% chance instead. The last shrine we're seeing here is a Xaskazien Shrine. Xaskazien is the god of destruction. He gives you a 90% chance that a random monster on this map instantly is killed. But there's a 10% chance that I get killed. So usually with the Xaskazien Shrine, if I'm going to use it, I wait until there's only one monster left on the level, and I make sure that that monster left on the level is something I'm afraid to handle. If there's a monster I think I can't take in combat, I kill everything else on the map, come up, use the Xaskazien Shrine, and that way, if I don't die, it dies. The temple itself is not here, but there's a lot of gems we could grab up. Do we know where the temple itself is yet? Yes, it is. It's right here. I'm not going to take it yet. I'm going to come back up here in a little bit. And all those, by the way, were just different fires. You can see a small flame versus a huge flame. 3 to 30 damage for the huge flame, 1 to 10 for the small flame. A lot of squares. Oh, shoot, and an ogre. Jesus Christ. I'm going to try this. I have a mid-power scroll. I don't know what it does. I know that Restoration is a mid-power spell. So there is a chance that when I use this, it'll get rid of my curse that's on me, not curse, but my disease. If not, maybe it's some sort of summoning spell, and if you try and cast a summoning spell while you occupy the same spell as a monster, it won't work. You have to be in a square with no other monsters to summon a monster. But on the other hand, if this is a spell like a fireball or a lightning bolt, and I'm standing alone, it's not going to have any effect. So I'm still going to take a crapshoot here and see what happens. Come on. And it was a bad idea. It cursed me. I now have lycanthropy as well. As you can see right there, we talked about lycanthropy already. So the good news is the were-rat's main abilities against me will no longer have any effect. It's just a big rat now. The bad news is I'm in rough shape. The good news, I guess, with lycanthropy is it doesn't actually affect my stats right now. It's only if I leave the level. If I leave this map while I have lycanthropy, that's when it takes effect. So if I can get rid of it before I leave, it has no effect. And even if I don't, it may help me. Stupid ass ogre, leave me alone. There's a war dog here. If you look at both our odds of hitting each other, both of them are quite low. I have a 10% chance to hit, it has a 14% chance to hit me. There, I killed it. And you saw the word speed scroll by, too. You know why you saw the word speed? Because I forgot to unequip my hatchet. And if you remember, my hatchet has an impediment enchantment on it. And that means the enemy gets slowed slightly every time I hit it. So that speed thing meant that the war dog got knocked down to average speed. Of course, it was also killed in the process. I could re-equip my falx. That would give me a better chance of hitting that ogre. What's this? A map, okay. Again, with our minimal cartography skill, at least we get a full map of the level now. We don't get to see any pit traps or anything, but we get to see the basic layout. What do I want to do? I'm going to go grab this gold. Oh. What's this thing like? Look how low its health is, eh, too. Alright, screw it. I'm going to fight this mist lizard. Apparently worms are now also annoyed with me. Whoops, that's the wrong tab. So they will also get a +5 to hit me from now on. I'm going to grab this gold. Another ogre! Yes, I want the gold. Next, I'm going to... You see a weapon merchant there, got killed at some point. Oops. I'm going to grab the gems out of this thing and hope it doesn't hurt me. Good. I'm going to grab this stuff up as we go, too. An unknown potion, good. Maybe it's a restoration potion if I'm lucky. I want to know what this is. A bugbear hold. I'm not going to go in it right now, but it's another lair. We've seen these before. Bugbears are the entrepreneurs of the goblinoid world, and slave trading is not uncommon. The fruits of their sales, gold, can be found here aplenty, and frequently captured damsels as well if you're quick enough to rescue them. So we'll probably go in there because the damsels will be a useful way to get a lot of experience. an explosive trap kit. We saw a blade trap kit before. This is another one of those trap kits. If I tried to plant it myself, you can see it has 4 uses. If I tried to plant it, given I have no training in setting traps, there's a 50% chance I would actually properly set it, and a 50% chance it would explode in my hands. In either case, whether they step on the trap that I've set, or whether I set it off, it causes damage not just to the creature that sets it off, including me if that's the case, but to everything around it. So if I am going to set this trap, it might be worthwhile setting it right next to the monster. That way if it goes off in my hands, it'll hurt it too. On the other hand, if it doesn't go off in my hands, the monster's going to step on it in 1 second and blow it up next to me, so maybe that's not a wise maneuver. I'm going to try that potion we found. I'm not even going to go on the ogre this time. Flying, levitation. Here we get a little graphic down here for flight. So as long as this lasts another 59 turns, I'm flying, just like those flying animals. I can go over stalagmites, I can go over pits, I can go over water and everything else without having to worry about it. And you see that little word flying there, to remind me of the fact that I'm flying. Wherever I set this off, I want these ogres near each other so that if I do this, I am going to do the damn trap. You know why? Because I have enough health that I can take it. And it might be... Oh shit, my monitor that I have, my actual computer monitor, has a weird glitch in it. It's one of those touch screens to turn it on. You know, it's not like a button you depress, it's just something you touch. And the heat of the light behind the touch button occasionally tells the button that I'm touching it when I'm not, and it turns itself off. So there, it's back on. For a minute there I set a black screen. Alright, I'm going to set this trap right here. I'm going to try anyway. Let's hope it does not explode on me. It did explode on me. It did 43 damage to me. That sucked. On top of that, and I'm lucky I did not dead because I forgot that another side effect of explosions is sometimes they start fires, as this one did, and it could have started one in my square and that would have killed me. It didn't happen though, thank God. No, I don't want to enter the bugbear hold, but I am going to have to go take one of these potions right now. There, I held his back. I don't think I'm going to try that again. Not right now, anyway. Only because the ogres got separated. They're not close enough to each other to both be caught in the explosion. No, I don't want to pick up the gold. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I got to get down to that, shite. That's the way we're at. Again, he can't cause disease to me anymore because I've already got his diseases, but, you can see he's still a formidable monster either way. Given I have tsunami fever, and giant rats can cause tsunami fever, and given I have a couple of diseases, and one of those could be the random disease caused by these garbage heaps, now would be a good time to look through them. They're less of a threat now. I did find something worthwhile in there. Tome of Knowledge. You found a tome entitled The Invalid Target of Volume 1. And a giant rat was there, and I've killed it. And yeah, it's gone. It resisted whatever effect I had. What was it trying to hit it with? Not sure what that was about. I wasn't really paying attention. At any rate, I found the tome. Let's look at that. You'll note they each have a volume number, volume 1, 2, and 3. All that means is what level it'll train it to. So a volume 1 book, tome, will always train you from the untrained to the basic level. Volume 2 will always train you from a basic to an advanced, and Volume 3 will always go from advanced to expert. In this case, you may left-click the tome to learn magic resistance skill to the basic level, provided your intelligence is at least 30. Awesome. Learned it. And if we look that up, what did that do for us? Magic resistance is now basic. Basic magic resistance gives you a 25% chance to resist the effects of enemy spells and cursed scrolls. We've had a few cursed scrolls so far. All of those would have had a 25% chance of not hurting us. On top of that, you saw that Lucrata we fought earlier. It could have cast spells at us, but it also had a 25% magic resistance. So now we have that as well, which is a very, very useful thing to have. Especially given Xaskazien. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Go away. Oh, you're lucky to hit him. Especially given Xaskazien himself is a spellcaster. Before I face him, if I can get my my magic resistance up and my death cheating up, and anything else I can up, it's a good thing. Nothing in that one. Alright. Well, I'm not quite sure how to proceed. I'm going to go to this idol, try and take its eyes. Disarmed a poison needle trap in the process. That would be my feathered hat of trap spotting that I've been wearing for a while now. It might even be worth actually removing that feathered hat for combat from now on, and I'll tell you why. It's getting down to almost being broken. Once it's broken, I can't wear it anymore, which means I can't use it to stop traps. I should put it on before I pick up items and take it off for combat. Or it's going to get just torn apart. Desperate times. I may regret this. I don't regret it. Look at that. All those stats went up a little bit. I'm next going to take all the... I'm going to take all the gold, or all the gems out of here, but I'm not going to take it from this one first. Because if I did, and it turns into a golem, my next trip was going to take me up here, and I'll be trapped in by flame fighting the golem. So I'm going to go up here first. Another tome. I'm getting really good with this. You found a tome entitled Monetary Multiplication. This one I may not be able to use, unfortunately. Let's take a look at it. Volume 2. Monetary Multiplication. You may left-click it to learn Gambling Skill to the advanced level, provided you already know it to the basic level. And your dexterity is at least 60. It's not just the fact that my dexterity is not 60 that gives me pause, it's the fact that I'm probably never going to learn gambling, because it would take me 2 skill points just to get it to the basic level. So it's not really worth it to me. I'll carry the book for now, but I'll probably end up dropping it if I find anything. If I had found a Volume 1, I would definitely use it. Booby trap, a pit trap. And you can see I fell in the pit trap, I took 12 damage. And a poison needle trap. I'm now poisoned. My guy, this is Affliction City. Poison, tsunami fever, lycanthropy. I'm gonna have to go... Oh, sorry, my wife's got the door. There's somebody at the door, but my wife's got it apparently. I don't know if you can hear that. There's somebody at the door being very aggressive. There's a golem here. We're not too worried about it. What did this do again? What do I want to do? I think I know what I want to do. First thing I'm going to do is actually see what happens if I do this. Again, this could be game over. There's a 10% chance my game's going to end right here if Belarusian decides to destroy me for blasphemy. But if he doesn't, at least we'll kill one of the monsters we're facing. I killed something. Got 120 experience for it. I'm going to pick this up and hope it's some sort of potion. It's not. Another trap kit. I grab these gems. And that was a mistake. No, it wasn't. Good. I thought it was, thought something horrible there happened. A scarecrow appears. This should say, it shouldn't say yes or no. Again, we've seen the summoning trap. I didn't fix that trap yet, as I told you. It should say okay. Not a big deal, though. The summoning trap brought out a scarecrow. If you can see a scarecrow, it's like the golem. It's only hurt by spells or anti-golem weapons. It's a lot weaker than the big stone golem, though. And you'll also notice in its resistances, it has minus 50% resistance to fire. Minus 50%. That means any fire spell I hit it with, or any sort of fire I hit it with, will do an extra 50% damage. So I could probably kill it pretty easily with flaming darts if I had the resources to do that. Eventually I might come back and use this Phaeration Shrine and that Lastavian Shrine, I'm not sure. But I think we want to get the heck away from all these monsters before they kill us. And we're going to need to start swigging some potions soon too, because our health is getting so darned low. I'll do that right now with a small health potion. The only reason I'm using a small one is because I know I'm going to get all my health back very soon. So I want to use the weakest potion I can. That'll keep me alive until I can reach the temple, where I will deposit all that stuff. We're almost there, and as you saw, we saw cured, so the poison finally wore off as well, so we're probably perfectly safe now. We just go here, and boom, we're back in the game. At least the poison's gone. This will let us finally get up to maximum whatever these are called, general skills. Sorry, I'm distracted because that guy came to the door, or the sound came to the door rather. Whoever it was very insistent about getting in. I hope everything's okay. I put the extra point into intelligence, no real reason, but what the hell. So what do we want to do? If we do this, traveling, we can finally pick up 20 items. That'd be awesome. On the other hand, we don't necessarily need that right away. And we do want that death cheating thing as soon as possible. Decisions. I'm going to go with traveling. From now on, I'll work on the magic item use for the next 3 levels, and then when that's done, I'll deal with other stuff. Let me grab this gold. I don't think I'm going to buy his chain whip. If I do, I have to do it with the next... Why am I standing there fighting it? With the next set of gems I find. Alright. Because of my boomerang, too, I can slowly get some spell points back. So if I can get enough spell points back, I can go and... didn't get any there. I can go and zap that scarecrow with my flaming darts. I know what I want to do. Where's that other ogre? Where'd that other ogre go? We want to lure him up as well. Before we do what we're going to do, we want to lure that other ogre up with us. Let me through the damn door. That other ogre's probably dead, actually. I look and see the experience value of the ogre is 120. And we got 120 experience for whatever Balorzan rather killed. So probably that's what got killed. In that case, follow me. Come on, ogre. Don't mess with me here. Damn stupid golems. Screw off, Scarecrow. I need that ogre in here with me. Come on, ogre, where are you? There he is. Alright, I'm gonna use this first. Come on, Lastaviarch, don't drop my experience. Oh, my experience is so damn close to going up another level, I'm not gonna risk this yet. I'm going to use Ferrat, though. I'm going to pray to Ferrat, the Kobold God of Rage, to try and get my dexterity up. He didn't do it. It permanently reduced my dexterity by 10. First time I've offended a god here. This one, by the way, a Pantosian Shrine, if I pray here, there's a 90% chance that all the monsters on the entire map will run away from me for 120 turns. They actually get scared of me for 120 turns. A 10% chance I get driven insane, which is another disease, insanity, that I do not want. Alright, buddy, instead I'm going to fight you. And just try to take you down. I will guide this guy, the Phoenician Shrine. A 90% chance that all goblinoids on this map are struck dead, and the experience comes to me, but a 10% chance they all become much more powerful instead. There are no goblinoids that I've seen, though. This guy's a giant type. These are diabolics. The were-rat is person-animal, so it's not going to do me any good. Come on. I'm going to fight him right next to this altar so that if I need to, I can go pray. Courting death a lot here. We are definitely risking a lot by doing these little 90% versus 10% deals. But if I can kill this guy, I get all my health back. Something just broke. My falx just broke, as did my hide armor. I didn't realize my boomerang was no longer equipped. Why does it not let me use this? Oh, my dexterity is so low because of the tsunami fever that I can't use the boomerang anymore. That leaves us with this. Alright. I don't know how to reverse it well here. Now you can easily hit me. There, you see his speed got knocked down. If you notice, he's down to slow now because I hit him with that thing. He can't kill me with one more hit. It gets me down to 12. There, I'm going to go pray. Again, this could be the end of the game. Let's see. But it's not. His speed is even lower. Now he's down to very slow. Doesn't matter. I'm not running from him. There we go. He's dead. We leveled up again. Alright. I think I'm going to concentrate on intelligence until it's at 90, and then I'm going to start splitting up between dexterity and strength. Oh yeah, we know what we want to do, right? Magic item use. 2 more levels to get that to the point where I can put on that amulet. Alright, I'm out of here. I can't fight these guys. I don't have any spell... Well, I do have a few spell points. I'm not sure where I got them. Maybe I was using the boomerang for a bit? I'm not sure what happened there. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if I don't know where those spell points came. Hopefully I'll see it in the hopefully I'll remember to look for it in the video. Alright, if I flaming darts this guy, it's gonna do an extra 50% damage. I'll probably kill him. Nope. Did not kill him. And I have not got enough spell points left to do anything to him. There's still some gold down here. Oh, for God's sakes, I wasn't paying attention. I already had a full bag of gold. As you can see, I'm not playing at my finest today. I'm a little distracted. That audition, like I said, went incredibly well. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm not paying full attention here. There was a couple of gemstone things up here too that are worth. I think they're worth the risk. Running back up, I probably should have grabbed them while I was up there. Again, not paying proper attention. Yes, I want to steal from this idol. There was a booby trap. The booby trap dumped me down. I could tell by the sound effect. I should probably show that text first, but the booby trap we hit was a slide trap that dumps me down to the next level. And as you can see, as soon as I leave this map, the lycanthropy activates. It lowered my strength, it lowered my dexterity, and it lowered my intelligence. All 3 got dropped. And let's find out if I got killed by it. Nope. Here we are on the next level.